Dreams only come through when you act. If your dreams just coming through when you act, so why action is the key to manifest? Today we're going to talk about action, doing what you need to do to achieve your goals. The main question here for us to work on this subject today, action, is why action is the key to manifest. I have several things here that we are going to talk together today, and it's going to help you to understand why action is the key to manifestation. Manifest, law of attraction, persistent, where this comes along, why this comes together, where I can combine all this information. We have been doing several videos which has different subjects. These videos help you to understand everything that is important for manifestation, everything that is important for you to achieve the goals you want, to have the results you're expecting for your life. So today we're going to talk about action. Action is the key of manifestation. My name is Alessandra Donaldson. I'm the founder and CEO of Alessandra Donaldson Institute of Human Development Leadership for Business Individuals. I'm here to help you understand the important points of success, how you can achieve and become, have anything you dream about, because you're going to work on yourself. Remember what Jim Rohn says? Work on yourself primary. When you work on yourself, everything in your life is going to come along. So it's a most important point for us working ourselves. I have my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTube channel. Follow, leave a comment, give us a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm here to help you. We are here to help you understand everything that is important for you to grow, for you to manifest. And action is the key for manifestation. Action, if it's not the most important, is one of the most important points in our series of subjects we are talking about. We're talking about decision, awareness, choice, focus, confidence, vision. Action is key. Action is where all those things come together. Why? Because action may be what you need for your success. Is the key to success and is where everything comes along. Action is very important, and we are going to bring you today two main books which can help you understand why action is so important, why action is the key to success. Action is not just important for you to understand that when you have a decision, you made a choice what you want, you decide to pursue that. You are aware that that is what you want, and then you're going to deny, you're going to say no to everything that you don't want. You're going to keep your focus in that. You're going to keep your vision in front of you. You're going to have confidence that when you act on that, you are going to achieve what you expect to achieve. Because even if the results are a little different, because you're acting toward something, you have a vision, it is in front of you, and that is gonna bring you the results you're expecting. And where everything this combined, where everything this came along in action. Action is key. Action is where manifestation happens. We have all about spiritual. We have all about these things we cannot touch, but this sense is perceived, is intuition, is inside of us, and we know. It's like a feeling that you know how these things. And everything come along with the action, because acting in what you want, acting in the desire you are putting yourself on, is where the magic happens. We think a lot about attraction. We are going to talk about this in one of the books I'm bringing you here. Attraction. We think about a lot about magic, how they manifest, how he can do this, how something suddenly, boom, manifests in his life. Because the action align, action combine everything and put together. So let's go ahead and go into those two books. We don't need to expand too much. What we need to do is go ahead and address these points for you to understand. Go back in my old videos. Those videos help you to understand. I have a list here. We start to choice, awareness, what I want, decision, vision, fear. Let's face my fear. How I face fear with the action. Courage, we just talked about courage last week. Courage is move forward through action. When you act on that, your fear fades because you are putting yourself in the mood, in the environment, in the energy for that's what you're working on. And that's exactly where things happen. Discipline, keep your discipline. Mindset, don't let you go in the different mindset. Try to hold your mindset in the direction of you want. Responsibility, you need to be responsible for when you decide something, what you're gonna do. And then we have here growth. How growth happen? Growth happen acting and putting yourself in the position to achieve everything there. So we talk about so many things. Learning, keep evolving what you want to do. Keeping evolving is not just learning books and having degrees. Degrees very important depending what you want. Myself, for example, I am working toward degrees because that is important to me. Help me to grow, help me to go in the direction what I want for my goals. But if you have amount of information, amount of school that you already feel comfortable with, you need to keep learning in that point where you are studying or you are working on. Learning is very important, never stops, okay? Confidence, resilience, focus, we just talked about. Persistence, balance, have a self-care life, and to have a balanced life, you need self-care. And relationships are important. Who you're your network, who you connect with, who you are alone. Communication, work on your communication, work on these parts. I am very energetic sometimes. If I be too much too much shut down, too much without manifest, this overwhelm me. So I need to be always communicate. But this has to do with me. You need to find your point where you feel comfortable with. Passion, go with the passion. My passion is to along with the responsibility. Passion is not just what moves you toward. I love that. Passion is what makes your life have sense. Have your life have purpose. And adaptability, adapt to the different situations that we are doing right now. People are adapting a lot, adapting with the new norms of a workflow of environment. The workforce is going through too many changes with AI and everything. Courage is what we just talked. Integrity. Be integral. You have a legacy with you're gonna carry with you, carry with your name. Don't go too much what the tendency, don't go too much what the people are going crazy there. Oh, I need to show myself and then I need to put my body out there, show myself. Is up to you what you're gonna do. But don't explore yourself for the reason of people. For the reason of the system. Don't let yourself be sold to the system. You are here to live your life. You are not here. You live in the system, but toward the system, you live your life. You cannot be sold. Your soul don't have a price. Never forget that. There is a passage of the Bible who tells what you can give in exchange for your soul. That is very important. Thinking about that. And today we are going to talk about action. And action is dreams only come true when you act on your goals. And the first book we are going to bring here is, I even cover it because I use so much. The first book here is Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill, which is one book very important to us here. And he has here one of the chapters of organized planning. He talks about procrastination. Procrastination is exactly the opposite of action. Is where action is not done. Procrastination is when you don't act on your goal. When you don't act on your goal, you postpone the results. Okay? So he talks here about procrastination. Procrastination is one of the most common causes of failures because you don't act. And then he says here, start doing something worthwhile. Do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you have you may have at your command, and better tools you be found as you go along. Action means you are not procrastinating. Action means you are putting yourself out there. Action means you are working towards what you want. Procrastinate is the opposite and just destroy everything you want to work on. Master Key of Success is the next book you're going to address. And this book here, in 2 passages, he talks about why action is so important. And he says here, growth is attained through an exchange of the old for the new, of the good for the better. It's a conditional or reciprocal action. For each of us is a complete thought entity, and this completeness makes it possible for us to receive only as we give. Receive and give, action. He says here, growth is attained through the exchange of the old by the new, the good by the better, and is a conditional or reciprocal action. It's an action. And then he has here in the next passage, the law of attraction. We are talking about manifestation, law of attraction. And he says here, understand that men are continually making progress in the methods which they use to come into communication with the universal mind, God, universal mind, whatever you understand, that is the universal creator who brought you and created everything. And we, through ourselves, manifest with this energy, which is spiritual, which is the creator. So he says here, when we start repeating again, understand that men are continually making progress in the methods which they use to come into communication with the universal mind, and it is infinite possibility. The universal mind manifests itself in the objective, in the form. The universal mind manifests itself in the objective through the principle of attraction that each atom has for every other atom in the infinite degree of intensity. He says here, this principle of combining and attracting things are brought together. And this principle is the universal application and means the purpose of existence carried through effect by action. So acting, you attract. With the action, you come along to attract. Now, our conclusion here today is to manifest, to achieve, to enjoy results, to attract what you want for you in your life, you need to align yourself with all you desire. Align yourself with the good you desire. And this alignment happens when you act. So actions then is the key to manifestation. I'm glad to be here with you. That's what we have for today. Action is very important. Come and join with me, Alessandra Donaldson here, Alessandra Donaldson Institute, where your journey begins. Bye.